not Veloso.
Ooh,
Uh,
Thank you for getting it right.
good evening, Rich.
kind of how it's spelled. That's all I gotta say.
It doesn't always matter how it's spelled.
Well, as someone that has a lot of double letters,
There you go. As a
my
Rossetti, you better save us
my
up.
name has
Okay.
one S or one T frequently. So I have said double S, double T like my whole life.
Same.
Okay, and apparently we are live,
Okay.
which is good to know. And so, good evening, everyone. Um, let's see what I'm reading here. My name is John Gale, and this is a special meeting of the Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee of the Hartford City Council. And I'm co-chair of this committee. This meeting is broadcast live on HPA-TV's Xfinity Government Channel 96 and Frontier Government Channel 6032. It'll be streamed via hpa-tv.org, the HPA-TV Facebook page, and HPA-TV Apple TV, Amazon TV, and Roku TV apps. It will also be made available on the HPA-TV YouTube channel. So, with that, I'd like to acknowledge my council colleague who is present with us this afternoon, Marilyn Rossetti. And we have one item on our agenda, and I see we have several members. We have Julia Jack, our city architect, with us, and we have Rich Vassallo, our assistant corporation counsel,
I
with
think,
us.
excuse me, Mr. Chair, I think Julia has a new title.
And the new title is? Director of Operations, of course. That's right. And my apologies. And I heard that the other night. Thank you, Councilwoman. And my apologies, Miss Jack.
Not to take away the architect part, but
Right, yes. Yes, it's always going to be there.
It's always going to be that, and we like that too. And we have Joey, I'm going to get this right, Marcellisi. Okay, so we have one item on the agenda, and the item is a referral to this committee from Mayor Avrolampalam with accompanying resolution authorizing and empowering the mayor to enter into a solar power facility site lease and easement agreement that would provide a 20-year lease to CTEC Solar. And so who wants to take the lead on discussing this matter?
So I'll start and give the overview, and then deeper dive. Joey and Richard can jump in. So yes, thank you. Good evening, council members. We're here regarding the opportunity, as you mentioned, for the city to enter into a 20-year lease with CTEC Solar to install and manage a ground-mounted solar array on the Hartford landfill located on Liebert Road at no expense to the city. With this agreement, the city will I emphasize not, be responsible for operation, maintenance, or any damage of the array, nor will it be responsible for any production shortfalls for the term of the lease. This agreement has the potential to bring to the city approximately between a little bit over $2 to over $4 million over the 20-year period. So how this works in brief is the city will be paid a rent for the lease of the land annually. Also, through this agreement, the city will be paid quarterly via either check or wire, or through credit on the city's bill from the utility company. The amounts received from both forms or either forms of compensation, the lease payment and the energy payment or the energy rebate credit, will be based on the amount of investment tax credits on the project. So there's some math to it that is ultimately rewarded. So by participating in this program, we, the city, stand to significantly reduce our overall electricity cost, furthering both our financial goals and moving us further toward our climate action goals. So we respectfully request this council's support in moving forward with this agreement. Thank you for letting me share. And if you have any questions, we can dive deeper.
All right, well, thank you. Mr. Marsalisi, did you want to add anything?
I think Julia pretty much covered everything. The only piece that I would add in there, just in terms of the sizing of the array, it will take up a good portion of the remaining cap, which is great. Unutilized space that doesn't have really any other use case other than on-site generation. So there's an existing 1 megawatt array atop the landfill. This will be adding an additional roughly 4 megawatts onto the landfill for a total of 5. So it'll be adding about 4x the existing array and producing around over 6 million kilowatt hours annually. Julia spoke to the financial savings. This is a very large project, one of the larger accepted into the program. And so it'll really do a lot to help with the greening of Connecticut's grid. So.
Thank you. Councilwoman, questions?
Yeah, just two. Number one, what's the timeline on this? Director?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
CTEC is looking to move as quickly as possible. This is one of the final pieces, the agreement with City of Hartford, and they will likely, once this agreement's signed early August, they'll likely be boots on the ground in September, early October timeframe.
And then through you, Mr. Chair, what's the length for completion?
It really depends. Anywhere likely from, depending on, weather conditions and things that they run into, anywhere from probably 3 to 7 months, I would say.
Oh, okay. And
So fairly quick, yeah.
okay. Is this done in other municipalities?
Yes.
Um,
Yes, very common that municipal landfills are used for solar. It's incentivized through the NRES program. It's very similar to how brownfields are incentivized.
okay. All right. Okay, well, I don't see any reason why. Seems like a good thing for everybody, for us, for the greening. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
You're welcome. A couple of questions myself. You said that construction of this solar array will take up most of the unutilized space on top of the landfill at this point in time. What's the breakdown in terms of this solar array versus the existing one? Is this about half that space? Is this 2/3 of that space? What do you know what that breakdown is?
Yeah, so in terms of capacity, the existing array is 1 megawatt. This is adding an additional 4 megawatts. The size of the new array the panels are more efficient at this point. So it's probably going to be, I would say, 3 to 3.5 times the size of the existing array.
Much bigger, yeah.
Much bigger.
Okay, so if it's 3 times bigger and it's generating, or 3.5 times bigger and it's generating 4 times as much energy, is that about it?
Correct.
All right, so slightly more efficient, not dramatically more efficient, it sounds like.
No, roughly speaking, the efficiency in the panels from when the original array was installed, they were probably around somewhere between 15 and 16%. These are probably closer to 18 to 19% efficiency. And that's really the high end of what we see for commercial panels being installed these days. So,
okay, so that was going to be kind of where I was going, was to have an understanding of the future for the existing array. Does there come a point in time when that can be, I don't know quite what the term would be, replaced or upgraded to be more efficient?
yeah, so that system is actually functioning very well at this point. Some of the ownership questions are in question at this point with that array, and so there really isn't any maintenance or any issues with that one. The typical lifespan of these arrays that we're seeing these days, minus the inverters, the panels, and the other equipment, is really 40 plus years. especially in an environment like the landfill where there's really, there's no tree coverage, there's really minimal risk for damage up there. The typical terms that we see for agreements are 20 years, but we're really starting to see a lot of options to extend that because these agreements get to the end of the 20-year period, and really all it needs is an inverter replacement to keep the system running at pretty close to what it was running at, from year 10, say. So I would expect that the existing array will be up there for many more years to come. That's one thing that Bridge is always monitoring, is always, more efficient equipment, and running that business case to see if it's worthwhile to replace that equipment or not. That existing array is probably something that we would expect to see there for at least 10 to 15 years. So.
All right, well, thank you for that. And the actual ownership of the new array is going to be CTEC Solar, is that correct?
Correct.
And are they a for-profit company, non-for-profit company?
I'm not too sure. I believe they're for profit, but I would surmise that, but I'm not entirely positive off the top of my head.
And they then, the electricity that's generated is then being, is this essentially being sold to Eversource and put into the grid?
Yes, it's not behind any city meter. Very similar to the offtake agreements that we were discussing in the previous meeting. The power is distributed the same exact way. So it's a front of the meter system that's all the power is being sent directly back to Eversource, and Eversource is simply applying a financial credit to that site. So there's no interaction with any city meters directly.
And so Eversource pays CTEC for the electricity that they're getting, and CTEC in turn is going to turn around and pay us both an annual rent and potentially some quarterly payments.
Yeah, so the payment mechanism for this project specifically hasn't entirely been worked out. So there's a couple of options, and all of the credits going to CTEC and then being distributed to the city is one option. Similar to the offtake credits, the city receiving that credit directly from Eversource is also another option to cut CTEC out of the deal. Since there's a land lease component for this one, it may make more sense for CTEC to receive the full credit and couple the two payments together. Really, ultimately, it's preference of the city, but.
And so that we're going to leave to Ms. Jack and Attorney Vassallo to make the ultimate decision, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for that. Any other questions, Councilwoman?
No, I think that really covered most everything.
May I have a motion?
Yeah, I have a motion to send this back favorably to council.
And I will second that. Is there any further discussion about this matter? Anybody else want to add anything? Want to drag this meeting on longer? Okay. Hearing no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Aye. We're in good shape here. So this is going to get passed back to council. We held this special meeting specifically so that it will make it to the agenda, the August agenda of City Council, which will be the second Monday in August. And the expectation, I guess, is that it would be approved on that at that meeting. So hopefully this can move forward. And as you said, boots on the ground in September. So sounds good. We'll look for construction as we drive by on 91.
Right.
Right.
With no other business pending before this committee, we'll adjourn.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a
All
great,
right.
Have a great evening.
Good night.
evening. Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Right.
Good night.